Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Allmark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today we are going to be making another in our back-to-back series of Handmade Christmas. And we're going to be making a shaker tag. What do we need for a shaker tag? Well, the best thing to use is foam adhesive strips. Now these strips are absolutely brilliant because they are little tiny strips of dimension and they can go round corners, which makes for a perfect shaker tag. So let's have a look at what else we need. I am using the stitched shapes and I'm using the largest and the second largest down in the ovals. Now, if you put them together like this and you put some tape and you run it through, you will then get a frame. And this is what we need. Now, I've done this in the brushed metallics because they give this really rather lovely gold effect, but being brushed, it's slightly more subtle, which I really like. So that's how we achieve it. We just put both of them in together, put some tape across so that they hold their position, run it through, and you can then get your frame. We then need to get our cardstock and our paper ready. So the cardstock measures 6 inches by 3 1/4 inches. So 6 inches by 3 1/4. And then the patterned paper, designer series paper, we're using the classic Christmas because I really like the classic look. And this piece measures 1/4 inch smaller. So this is your 3 inches across, and it is 5 3/4 in length, so it just gives you that nice sort of mat. Now I've cut an oval, which is the second size down, and I've cut this out, and it is just over halfway up, so you've got enough room at the top to put your hole for the tag, but you've got enough room at the bottom to put a sentiment. And you're literally just going to run that through and take that piece out. Now we also need some acetate. Now this is something you're not going to be able to see at all. Your acetate needs to be just wider than your aperture. So this piece measures 4 inches by 2 3/4 inches. And that will then go in on the side here. Now, the easiest way of doing this, because it's quite difficult with acetate and you don't want it to come through the sides, is to just put your adhesive in on the sides here. So I'm going to run the adhesive down on the side here. You can use tear and tape if you want. I'm just using I'm just using the Seal Plus I've got out at the moment, and you're literally just going to run it down on the side. So again, the acetate, you don't run the risk of getting glue over onto the acetate. And I'll tell you how I know that, because I actually did that. So if you glue this piece, whoops, says me, I've got a little piece that's just come off on my finger on there. Hopefully that's not going to show. So we need to then put the acetate. Is that going to show? It might do actually. I just got a little piece on my finger, but I think that this will just come off. That's the only trouble with the adhesive. It does, if you get it on your acetate, it will show. So let me just see that I haven't got, I don't think that's, yeah, that's going to show, isn't it? Right, we're going to have to cut another piece. So what size is this piece? Ah, that's another piece the right size. So be careful of getting any glue on your acetate. If I put this on here, you can see if you get glue on your acetate, it will leave a mark and it's very difficult to get it off. So we're going to take our piece of acetate and we are going to just put that down over the top on the wrong side, so the side we're not going to use, and then that gives us our little window. Okay, then we are going to take these really lovely strips. So you can take they come out and you then have your edges afterwards that you can do other things with. But if you take it out literally just in a long strip, and we are going to take it first of all along the top. So we want it along the top because the whole thing is going to stick out. So you can measure each one of the strips. I find it easier to literally just take it and cut it where I need it. So just cut that bit there. We're then going to take one down at the bottom. So let me just put this down at the bottom. You can leave a little bit of a gap so that it doesn't show through as much, and then again just cut that off. And then I'm going to put, can I get a piece? I'm going to get another piece down on here because I want it to balance evenly. So, or am I going to do it down? I'm going to put this piece back and I'm going to take another one out because I want the outside frame to be fairly even. So let me just take another one out, and I'm just going to put this one on here for the time being so I can pick it up to use it for the other. So we're going to take it from this edge and we're going to take it up to there, and then again just take it with your snips. As I say, if you want to measure it you can do, but it's as easy to just cut it through. And then we're going to take the other side, which is going to be another long piece. So I'm just going to put that one on there and I'm going to take it out. So you'll need a few strips of this, but you do get an awful lot in the packet, and it's better to have more than less. So we're going to put this piece in down on the side, take it up to there, and then just snip that piece off like this. Okay, so we now need to take this piece and we're going to take it round the side of the aperture. Now you need to do it just inside the edge, because if you do it so that it's too near, you're going to see it from the other side, and that's what we don't want. But you can see it curves round beautifully. So we're just going to take it round and curve it as we go. And then we can take that other strip and we're going to put that, butt that right up against the other side and bend it round again. And this is what I absolutely love about these strips. You can bend them round circles, you can bend them round ovals, you can bend them round just about anything you want. So, oh, it's not going to quite come through, but that's fine. So we'll just take another little piece here and we want that to come just about like that. So I'm just going to take, but you can see you don't need to do it all in one piece. You can do it in just little pieces like this, and then we can just tuck this piece in. I might have to cut that side off just a little bit, so let's just take that bit off to there. There we go. But you can see that you can tuck it right up to where you want it. Now we are going to, just with the last bit, I want to have a little piece at the top and a little piece at the bottom. So I'm just going to put that in half, because what you want is for the whole area to be as flat as possible, because otherwise if you don't get it flat, your shaker part is not going to shake. So you can put that one in there, and that gives us the complete area that we want. Okay, then we need to take all of this backing off. And this is such a simple way to do a shaker card. You know, there are some really intricate shaker cards about, but this is a really simple, easy way, and does look really quite effective. So we're taking all of this out first. Says me, I've taken that bit out. Now we just need to go round our circle. And then we've just got that little tiny bit in the centre. Oops. Make sure that doesn't come out. Get a little bit of tape off like that. Okay, right, so now we've got it where we want it, and then we just need to put our shaker. Now you can put it in on this side and try and flip it over. I found that really difficult to do, so I have got some little sequins. You can do anything you want in there. You can do sort of chunky glitter, you can do little bits that you've got left over, whatever you want. You don't need a huge amount. It's one of those things that less is more, because if you have too much, then you won't. And this is just some old sequins that I've got left over from some retard ones, but you can have whatever you want. And that's about as much as you need. As I say, you don't need a huge amount. So then we're going to take, this is now all glued and ready to go. So we're going to take this and we are going to line this so that it comes up exactly where we want. Excuse me if my head comes in. I might do it from the bottom first. So take it in so it comes where we want it. And then this is the bit where you need to smooth it down, smooth it round the edges, but you can see it lies completely flat because we've put enough of the tape round. So just make sure that you just spend a moment in sealing it, and particularly round your circle, or your oval in this case. Round like that, and then you've got your shaker. And as you can see, you don't need a huge amount, because the more you have, the more it sort of leaves it as a shaker. Now you can decorate it with all sorts of fancy things. As I say, we're going to put the oval through on top because I want it to be fairly sort of classical. So I'm going to put this through with wet glue. And we'll just take that all the way round on here, like that, and then that can go in on the top like that, so it comes just round and just gives that little bit of a frame on there, which, as I say, makes it quite sort of classical, like that. And then I have just taken a sentiment, and we're going to just put the sentiment down at the bottom. Now you could put the sentiment up with dimensionals. I'm going to keep it flat because you've got enough dimensional, in my opinion, with the actual shaker part. So we're just going to put this down with a little bit of wet glue. You can put whatever sentiment you want. I've just put a very Merry Christmas because it's going to be on a Christmas tag. So it's going to look nice and Christmassy. Then you need to take a good hole punch, and because we're going through quite a few layers here. Now I use the crocodile, but you need a fairly sturdy punch because you've got to get it through. Some pieces in on here. You've got to get it through a few layers here and just line that up. You can measure it if you want, or you can just eyeball it, and we're going to take that through, and we've got a nice hole in the center that we can then put our ribbon. And I'm going to use, because I really like it and I'm using it a lot and I just love the sparkle of it, it is the metallic mesh ribbon, and you can cut it in half if you want, or you can do it double. So this time I'm going to have both of it, and you need a reasonable amount. So I'm going to do, how big do we want this tag? We want it probably about that sort of size. So let's have a look and see what that measures. That is 10 inches. So we're just going to cut this in half like that. And as I say, I really like this. You can, to make it go further, as I've done before, cut it in half again, so that you, or cut it, you know, down the length of it. And then we need to take it through. So take it in half. And this is going to be probably a pokey tool thing because it's quite a wide sort of area. So I'm twisting it a bit to see if I can get it through the hole quite easily. So let's just pop it through. Yes, it will come through fairly easily. So if you take it through from the back and just part it, and then we can put this one just up in here. Like that, and just pull those sides, and you've got a rather nice shaker card. Now if you wanted to, you could put something in over the top, so you could put you know, another little element in there, but I think that just, you know, very classical, just with some sparkle inside, it looks really pretty. And the main feature in this is these lovely foam adhesive strips. You get them in a great big pack. We've used, how many did we use? 3. Did we use 3 or did we use 2? 1, 2, 3. I think we used 3 strips, but you get a lot in a packet, so they go a long way, so you can make quite a few shaker cards. So I hope you enjoyed that one. Please join me again for the next in the series, and I hope you're enjoying it. Handmade Christmas gift ideas, and please look at subscribing if you haven't already. Thank you so much for your lovely comments, everybody that has. And as always, please stay safe, stay well, and be kind. Bye bye.